This week, 12 News is launching a new series called Boomtown. The Valley is expected to grow by more than 1 million people in the next 20 years, and all of those people will need a place to live.
Right now, the Phoenix housing market is changing in a very big way. Team 12's Michael Doudna has more on what's next for buyers and sellers.
June 15th, I mean, it's like drop dead date, you know. In the beginning of June, there's some concerns, interest rates are kind of going up, whatever. But when the Fed announced that we're bumping the rate 0.75 percent, 75 bips, like that shocked the entire industry.
In June, the tune changed. The Fed raised rates, mortgages skyrocketed, and investors pulled out. It was the start of what national home experts call a housing correction.
Well, this is a property we bought May of this year, right before the rate hike.
Yeah.
So we had this idea, for 205, fixed up, we can sell this for 325, we can make a lot of money. And as we began marketing it, we closed in mid-May, the mood of the market is already kind of shifting. June 15th is kind of like Armageddon. Overnight, I think the next day was when all the mortgage rates went up.
And this correction is bringing back memories. See, Trang was just starting out back in 2007. He remembers the market crashing and folks losing everything.
I saw what happened when all those flippers got caught.
Yeah.
And that's been in the back of my mind this entire time. And so, I've always kind of said, I don't want to have too many out there, because if it switches and the switch flipped faster than last time.
Yeah.
But I always had it back in my mind, the switch flips, I don't want to be caught in it. And unfortunately, I have a lot of friends that have been caught and are struggling. It's pretty ugly out there right now. Our goal right now is to break even, if that's possible. We know people that in the last few months have reported losses of $1.5 million, $800,000, $1 million.
And the job is getting harder. The number of successful flips have dropped off a cliff, down more than 60% from March, according to the Cromford report.
I mean, truthfully, I've been writing checks to keep my investment arm open, keep the lights on. We've cut back hard on marketing. We've cut back on a lot of virtual assistants. We employ a lot of people from around the world.
You sell houses basically you buy and sell houses for a living.
Yeah.
For those folks who are just making the biggest purchase they'll ever make and selling the biggest asset they'll ever have, what are they supposed to do in these type of situations when they don't have even your experience, your expertise?
Make sure that if you're thinking about buying or selling, you find a licensed realtor who has a track record. Truth be told, realtors were not as valuable in the last year or two, right? If you just throw an MLS and it sells, they have not been as valuable. Right this instant, a realtor is one of the best investments you can make.
We know what it is now. What was it like, May and before May?
It was wonderful, right? I mean, it was, kind of look back, it's a great time to be alive. So, for example, last year we had a very profitable year, If we could have every year be like last year, life would be really, really good. So, we went from a year where we made a good amount of money to this year, our hope is to break even every month. And man, if we could be in the black by the end of December, I would consider that a win.
After years of rising prices, now rising interest rates are leaving investors wondering what's next.
And the goal right now, if we could just survive through winter, metaphorically and literally,
Yeah.
I think whoever is still here in January is going to be in a really good spot. It's a tough market right now. If you can, this is the time to survive. This is the time to take care of business. You're going to crush it in January, because I believe things are going to be a lot easier in January. I think that there's this delta between sellers want this much and the market is saying, no, your house is worth this much. We've got this delta, so we're going to have low volume for some time. Right now, don't worry about killing it. Worry about surviving so you can take advantage of the market when it turns back.